Robbers in Cape Town found a new tactic. They are now hanging live dogs from roadside wires along highways to lure compassionate motorists into stopping to help the animal, just so that they can ambush and attack them when it happens. Imagine driving along the highway and witnessing a dog next to the road being strangled and suffocated to death. You stop to help as the dog is entangled in the wire, only to be violently attacked by the criminals who had tortured the dog for the very purpose of baiting you into stopping. This is a new reality Cape Townian motorists now have to deal with. The R300 is a major freeway on the outskirts of Cape Town, which runs alongside the Cape Flats. It is a key commuter and freight route linking inland suburbs to the N2 towards the airport and Cape Town city centre. It also links the N1 inland to the N2 coastal route, which goes into the central part of Cape Town. Here on this high-speed freeway, a brutal new phenomenon is rearing its ugly head. In an attempt to ambush motorists and conduct carjackings or robberies, criminals are now hanging live dogs from the concrete palisade walls with bits of wire tightly wound around their neck, leaving them to dangle and suffer. The idea is that motorists witnessing these distressing scenes will stop and try to help the suffering animal. Once they do, the criminals pounce and rob the motorists. Stay tuned, because in today's video we are going to provide some perspective on this new disgraceful modus operandi in and around Cape Town. Sadly, South Africa has a very bad reputation around the world when it comes to animal cruelty. The country has long faced a structural crisis in terms of animal welfare, where neglect, abuse and abandonment are common symptoms of a deeper societal failure on our part. For starters, over 4 million of the 19 million dogs and cats in this country are homeless, and in a recent report by the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or the SPCA, the staggering number of animal abuse cases it investigates on a daily basis is rising fast. In the Western Cape alone, the SPCA last year seized 24,000 animals, or 2,000 animals every single month, either due to a reported cruelty or neglect, or because they were abandoned as strays. According to the SPCA, the number of reports of animals being abused keeps rising every single year. Last year, it was also reported that the SPCA shelters across the country are now taking in record numbers of abandoned animals every month. Furthermore, it was recently reported that in the Cape Townian township of Langa, over 90% of the pets remain unsterilized, with the community's uncontrolled stray population also directly linked to serious public health threats, notably a massive rabies outbreak. And sadly, the pandemic of animal cruelty in this country is not just limited to pets. It was recently reported that in a government-run poultry farm in Delmas, nearly 500,000 chickens were abandoned to starve to death and to cannibalize one another just to survive. So much so that they were forced to start attacking and killing each other just to have something to eat. Yet somehow, violent criminals in the Cape Flats have now managed to take this pandemic of animal cruelty, prevalent in South Africa, to a whole new level. Their latest ambushing tactic reveals an astonishing disregard for the life and well-being of the animals that they are now abusing in their attempt to hijack and rob the well-intentioned victim who tried to help the animal strangled next to the road. They are now hanging dogs from concrete palisade walls that line parts of the roadway with bits of wire tightly wound around their neck, leaving them to dangle in the air and suffer for hours on end, hoping that such a distressing scene would prompt a motorist to stop, luring them into vulnerable situations where they could be hijacked or just robbed. This past Sunday, a motorist driving on the R300 near the N2 interchange reported seeing one dog hanging from a concrete wall with another trapped in its vicinity. The motorist, aware that this is a very dangerous and crime-ridden area, suspected a trap and did not stop to help the dogs. Luckily, When inspectors later responded, both dogs had sadly already died, in the most horrendous fashion, mind you, from pain and suffocation. Sunday's episode is a clear symptom of a societal suffering from a complete and utter breakdown in morals. Caring for the well-being of animals, or at least treating vulnerable animals with care, is one of the most basic aspects of humanity and just human dignity. If you look at the Bible, for example, in Proverbs 12:10, we read that a righteous man regards the life of his animal, signifying that caring for the well-being of animals is part of God's creation and integral to a life of righteousness according to the Bible. When a society fails to uphold even these basic moral standards that had built civilization over hundreds of years when it comes to treating animals with kindness, this testifies to the erosion of the very foundations that makes civilization possible. And we see this manifest in the Cape Flats today. Cruelty towards vulnerable animals becomes a means for further cruelty against vulnerable citizens. Here we see clearly that once cruelty and abuse become so normalized as it had in South Africa at the lowest level towards creatures that cannot speak up for themselves, it does not remain contained there, and it does spill over and escalate and ultimately manifest in the way that people begin to treat one another the same way they treat these animals. What makes this new tactic so disturbing is precisely the fact that the human instinct to show compassion to animals that are suffering or animals in distress is now being exploited as a trap to commit even further cruelty against those who simply try to help the animals. And so all social trust and all empathy in this society of ours are being systematically drained out of our country of South Africa. Motorists can no longer just stop to help an animal. Good Samaritans must think twice. Communities become more suspicious and more hardened and more withdrawn from what is happening around them. And ultimately, people become so isolated from one another that civilization ceases to exist. Sadly, this complete erosion of any and all social fabric is now very much characteristic of the failed multicultural experiment that is contemporary South Africa. In a recent video, we talked about the significance of the fact that recent polls show that only a mere 16% of South Africans still identify with the Rainbow Nation ideal. Check out that video by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right now. And do support the work we are doing by becoming a paying member of the Willem Petzer Group. Only with your investment are we able to pay our team salaries and to keep producing videos like these every single day. Just follow the simple steps on the banner underneath me. Goodbye and God bless.